Yeah, man, did evolve too. Minecraft, man.
Hey, this is Dante, and I've been told to come out here and greet some of my fans. Hey, you a big fan of my work? How are you doing? Ah. Hey, this is Dante, as played by Steve. This is still the great skin shortage of 2012. Oh, look at the little guy. Likes it, likes sticking under the chin. And welcome to another edition of a Let's Play SMP Bartown. Now, I'm at the top of a curious construction. I told you last time I was going to be working on a large sky pillar, and I'm part way through the build. Now, it's only been a few days since my last recording, but, you know, I had a bit of spare time recently and thought I'd put it to business. If we have a look up here, you can see my shack, which has also been extended a little. A firehouse, which is a remnant of Mr. Barty, coming around and, well, causing some chaos and some creeper explosions. We will go back through the sand. Now, I did want to start up here because we had a great view of my shack, but let's head down and see what we can find. Oh, as you can tell, I have been doing some work in regards to collecting diamonds and armor. Sharpness 3. That is a very nice pick. I was extremely lucky to get that. Let's head down. Now, I will be making a easier way to get up and down. Ooh. But at the moment we're in a bit of a mystery because I have been using some logout activator or a logout lift since 1.3 came out. But some of my friends have been telling me that logouts don't work. Now, I did try and build one yesterday just behind my shack, and that didn't work. So we are still in a bit of a pickle whether they're inconsistent now, whether they don't work, or whether it's just a temporary glitch and it will go back to working. Now, my frame rate's going down. I had it set on fast, so let me just change that back. Ooh, there we go. That's working a bit better. Ooh, let's not be rude. Hey, Bubs. How's tricks? Okay. Now, here we are in the middle stage, just under the viewing platform. Just a few cookies. Another couple of nice picks. Let me tell them I'm recording. There we go. So, a few good picks there. Let's head back down again. Whoa! Okay. Now, all of this dirt will be removed. There will be a water elevator leading up there. Oof. Let's go find a better view. But as I said, what I'm going for is I'm going to go up to, I think it's 256 blocks. Once I get up there. Yep, that's going to get expanded even more. About 3 or 4 more layers, make it nice and wide. I will have some automated farms coming off in small circles as well. Okay, that's a comment I was making on a Skype call with some of my friends the other day. We were playing around, and I'm reasonably good at making rubbish comments up, and that's one of the comebacks I received. Yep, so we'll have some automated farms sticking off the edges, a bit like pods sticking off from the main platform. And I'm hoping to have a ring of glowstone with redstone lamps glowing as if it's levitating. But I'm going to go up to 256 blocks, as I said, make what I want to call an orbital link, and it's going to spread over a long region and make it look, hopefully, like the pillar is actually hanging down rather than floating above the water. Because although miraculous things do happen in Minecraft, I do always try and tie things into reality if possible. A bit like making the smooth stone pillars on the edge of my cobblestone walls, just as if we have some supporting walls. Now, let's head back. As we can see, we're still exactly smack on the edge of the desert and forest. Now, maybe Mr. Barty hasn't said it himself in one of his videos, but he is a pyromaniac. Now, he was throwing TNT, fire, all sorts of things at me, so he went AFK, away from keyboard for a second. So I made him a nice little house just to call his own. He has been back over since, and for some reason jumped back through the firehouse. I think he likes fire a bit too much. Here we have a slightly updated shack. Let's head in. Now, there is a reason why I've put dirt in here. Anyone here? Yep, so just so people don't dig the door out, which they have done a couple of times, I have placed down some obsidian. Just going to close the door. I've got on a remote switch, I can let people in and out. Yep, so here we are. I've got some cocoa farms. Now, I did want to experiment and just see if you chop down one of the tropical trees, whether you could just place the blocks and have the cocoa grow on them. Indeed you can, so you can make them convenient sized. So here we have just a couple of blocks of the tropical tree. These have all been chopped down and placed. And here we have the cocoa beans growing on the edges of my farm. Now, as I said, I will be making some mechanical farms or some automated farms for my new base. I will go back to far draw distance because you can't see it from here. But I will make some automated farms for my base when it is finished. So these are just the basics. Oh, Mr. Hickins. You have been busy. Oh, he's just inspecting the cocoa plants. He's very picky about his cocoa. He can't get to sleep at night unless he has a couple of cups of hot cocoa. Okay, as we can see, we've got more chests. So I have been busy farming and digging. So, just a little bit of redstone. A little bit of armour. A few bits and bobs. And some metal. I do use a fair amount of metal. I have installed a new entrance to my mine. Mr. Hickins was complaining he was falling down that pit all the time. So I have moved it to the side. And let's head up. Okay, and here we have the new second floor. Here we have Mr. Hickins' family staying around. It's his birthday coming soon, and he didn't really want to spend it just with me. You know, we're good friends, he's been my assistant for a while, but sometimes he just needs to have the family around. Okay, and here's the bed. Let's see how that works. Sleep, old man, sleep. Good advice. Hey, this is Dante. Welcome back. Now, I was recording a little bit earlier, and I stopped, got to a comfortable place, and thought... I quickly felt very guilty because I've been talking very much about business, about Minecraft, and not really said much about myself. Now, first of all, the name Dante Solablood. Now, as some of you might already know, Dante is not my real first name. Now, I won't tell you what my real first name is while we're recording, but if you leave some comments below, ask really nicely, I might let you onto that later on. Now, Solablood has a small story behind it. Now, I used to be an avid player of a game called Yu-Gi-Oh! Now, some of you might know what it is, some of you might not. Yu-Gi-Oh! Is a collectible card game based on pharaohs summoning monsters and spells, or magic if you're an old school Yu-Gi-Oh! Player, which you use to defeat your opponent, draining their life. Now, I used to be quite a good player, even if I do so myself, and about, I'd say 8, 9, 10 years ago, I was playing in one of the national tournaments, and I came in at the top 32. That's right, one of the top 32 in my country, which, as you would also know, is England. Now, it was quite a long tournament. I think it started in the afternoon, took about 5 hours, and by the end of the tournament I was poured into my seat by my friends. I would give a shout out to them, but I don't know if they want their name being known on YouTube, on film. But one day I might update you with that. But yeah, so that's basically what happened. Now, a few years went by, and I still was quite good. The last game I played, the last tournament in my local town, Southampton, I came 8th, so in the top 8. But at that point, the cost was a bit too much for me, and deck I was playing was called a Light Sworn. It was based on a light type of monsters, so it has the elements of light, dark, fire, water, earth, wind, and lightning. And yeah, I had to I couldn't really keep up with the costs, so I ended up ending my game. But my last deck was a Light Sworn, light being solar. I decided to go with Solablood because a light deck is in my blood. Certainly hope I don't die out here. Getting a little bit of lag. Oh dear. I'm going to head back out there and get my stuff. Well, I took him with me. Now, I did some recording earlier, and I did much better. I think I had my draw distance down, but being the vain person I am, I decided that I wanted to have my tower up in the background, and it's still not actually fully loaded yet. So that's completely my fault. And I can't jump. That's because I'm being attacked by umpteen spiders. Okay. Very embarrassing. Yeah, I did some recording earlier, and I must admit I killed 2 Endermen and didn't do anywhere near as badly, so my apologies, people. I will include some of the good footage. Now, let's get my stuff back down here. Hopefully that Enderman left another eye. Oh yes, 2 eyes. Awesome. I now have a bioptic Enderman set. Okay, let's put my armor back on. I am still Steve. Yeah, so my name's Dante Solablood because I have a light in my blood, and I am 31. I am one of the oldest players on this server, but I'm one of the least experienced. Now, you've seen my builds, my giant spire, and you've also seen the redstone I've done in my previous projects. The reason why my builds are not quite as simple as you'd expect for someone who's only playing for about 4 or 5 months is because about 4 or 5 months ago I had a bit of a fall, broke my ankle in 2 places, and I had an operation to put some metal in, so I'm technically now a cyborg. But yeah, one of the things, I didn't have much to do because I couldn't really walk around and I was in hospital, and my friend had given me a game called Minecraft. Now, being in hospital, having nothing to do but drink water and play computer games, I became very experienced, or quite experienced, very fast. When, in fact, a few weeks ago, Mr. Barty, the landlord, I'm sorry about my rent, it is coming. It is getting hard to find all of that gold. He only wants about 6 gold blocks a day, but I am getting there. But yeah, Mr. Barty told me he thought I was a pro player from another game, so I was very happy with that. I think I'll just stand still because this rain is really lagging me up. Apologies for the quality, people. Let's set that draw distance down. Yes, I was very, very happy to hear that, so... Oh, that's going to load back up. So I'm very happy with it, and obviously you've seen how easily I got beaten by that Enderman, so maybe I have a lot of work to do. So that's a little bit more about me. Thank you very much if you've listened this far, and I will maybe even add in that footage of caving that I'd promised you a long time ago. So this is Dante. Hey, this is Dante, and welcome back. Have a look at that over there. A fully domed base. Still got some work to do inside there. I will take you back there. Maybe not this week. Oof. Where'd this come from? I have been playing around with my Fortune 3 pick, and What do you think of this little tower? Now in my inventory I've cleared out plenty of space for stacks of coal. And let's switch to a Fortune 3 pick. Yep, now I'm going to take this lot down. I have got a spare Fortune 3, so it's not as if I'm going to be wasting the pick. I always need coal. Let's chop away and see if any of you guys can guess how much coal I'm going to get from this. Now, I apologise for the lag here. Lag is because I did switch to far view so I could get in a nice view of my base in progress. Now, it does lead me to ask a question only you guys, my commenters, can answer. What do you think I should do with my shack once the new base is up? Do you think I should move the shack into the new base, inside that dome? Should I get rid of the shack altogether? Or should I keep working on the shacks? I have two big bases on this part of Mr. Barty's server. And again, Mr. Barty has been thinking of lots of names for the server. I've come up with a few for him, but obviously he wants to know what you guys think. Obviously I've had Empire Craft, Metric Craft. He wants the word craft in there somewhere. Imperial Craft. What do you think? Let me know. Now we're still going with this here. Apologise for the slight fall there. With this lag I'm finding it a little bit hard staying on top. Now rather than stopping and switching, I will fight through. Because I love working on the shade of my, well, I've been calling it a sky pillar. But I think it was either Noah or mine that called it a water tower, because it does look a bit like a blast of water shooting into the sky. I think it was Mr. Barty called it McFlurry. That was very nice of him. What do you think? Is it more of a water spout? Is it a McFlurry? I am still picking the coal up. Just make sure none of it despawns. Don't want to be wasting it. If you can see, my pick down there, it's still got plenty of health left. Apologise for the slight stumbles. I would do another take, but you can't really do a second take. And there we go. Now, I haven't really got any prize. I might think of one in the future. I'm not opposed to giving prizes, but please feel free to guess how much coal I've just collected in my inventory. I will record my inventory. I'll do it while standing around here, so at the opening of the next video I can show you how much coal I've got. But yeah, so what I'd like to know is, what should I do with my shack? Any ideas what you'd like to see inside the dome? And finally, any names for Mr. Barty's server? Obviously, I quite like Metric Craft, or Imperial Craft, or Empire Craft, simply because it's myself and Barty, we're from England, from Britain. So is Jack Hendy, he's from Scotland, so he's within the British Isles. And we have Divine from Australia. And we have a Canadian or two. That would be Luigi and Co. So what do you think? Shall we have Empire Craft or Metric Craft? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you very much, and Dante out. Ooh, looking smexy.